starts now.
Good morning to you. It's a great Sunday morning. Thank you for waking up with us on 12 News Today. I'm Brent Solomon. Let's kick things off with a check on your forecast. Meteorologist Megan Wise standing by. Hey there, Megan.
Good morning, Brent. From today, Brent will climb into the low 70s.
It's good. We'll see you shortly. New overnight in Richmond. Police say a man is in the hospital after someone shot him in the face. Officers tell us they found that victim in the 2200 block of DeForest Street around 2 this morning. He was rushed to the hospital where he is in stable condition. Police are still looking for a suspect though, so if you know anything, call Crime Stoppers at 780-1000. Also happening overnight in Henrico, police say 3 men robbed an Econo Lodge at gunpoint. It happened around 2:15 this morning in the 5200 block of Williamsburg Road. Police say the clerk told them 3 masked men came into the hotel and demanded money. Well, one of them was holding a gun. We're told the clerk handed over the cash and then the men took off. Police are still looking for those 3 guys, so if you have any information, call Henrico Police at 501-5000. Let's take you to Richmond now, where family and friends gathered to remember an 18-year-old who was shot and killed last weekend in a triple shooting. While his killer is still on the loose, those closest to Jaquan Clark are honoring his life and begging for an end to gun violence. Our Drew Wilder has more. Drew, thanks. In Hopewell right now, police are investigating a double shooting that left 1 man dead and another in critical condition. Witnesses say it all started following an argument outside the Davisville apartment complex around 1 yesterday afternoon. Well, when it ended, officers say 18-year-old Jeremiah Pierce was left dead from a gunshot wound to the neck. Right now, a woman in Shenandoah Valley facing some serious charges after police say she overdosed on drugs with 2 kids in the car. Officers arrested Jennifer Patrick Tuesday after police say she fell unconscious from prescription pills, all while at a Waynesboro car wash with the children. When police showed up, they say the 32-year-old became belligerent and tried to kick officers, forcing them to use a taser. She's now out on bond, but I found out Child Protective Services has been contacted. And an uproar at a Newport News mall after hundreds of teens break out into several fights near the food court. Police say they responded to a call at the Patrick Henry Mall after 5 last night. Shoppers ran out of the mall and some stores also closed their gates. A 17-year-old female hurt her face, but police say she refused treatment. Officers broke up the fights and escorted the teens who were involved off of the property. No arrests were made. Over in Henrico now, police still searching for 48-year-old Bonnie Denise Bates. Bonnie's family says she hasn't been seen since Christmas Eve. Officers tell us Bonnie could be driving a 2006 gray Mazda with the license plate YEE8438. If you can help find Bonnie, you're asked to contact Henrico Police. And it's back to work now for many of you tomorrow. You may be dreading it after a nice Christmas weekend. But there are some road closures that may affect your morning commute. So our Candace Smith is in the First Warning Traffic Center with everything you need to know. Great work, Candace. Thank you. Well, in 34 years, Frank Beamer has now coached more than 400 career games, winning nearly 300 of them. And last night, getting that one victory to send his legendary career out on a high note. Virginia Tech topping Tulsa in a shootout in Shreveport, 55-52, earning the 2015 Independence Bowl championship. The game taking place where Beamer coached his first bowl game at Virginia Tech and winning that game as well. Coming up a little later in sports, we'll have highlights from last night's win as Frank Beamer walks off the football field for the final time as a head coach. So join us for that. Over in Henrico now, we're learning a dog that was stolen from her owner at the Humane Society. Good news, that dog has been found. The group put out a plea last week to help find the English bulldog named Cashew. Well, we've posted this on our Facebook page and many of you are commenting the dog has been returned to the Humane Society. Those details just came into our newsroom overnight, so we're working to update you once we know a little bit more about what happened to her. All right, don't go anywhere. Your time is 9:08. Wait until you hear about a man in Iowa who is getting some major bonus points from his wife. It's for giving the best Christmas present she says she's ever received. We'll tell you what it is coming up. And plus, Megan is standing by. Hey, Megan.
Good morning, Brent.
And it's what we call Selfie Sunday around here. We're keeping up with the morning's top headlines on social media. So take a photo of yourself and send it to us. Post it on our Facebook page. You may make the news. We're up to the minute. The minute you're up. Thank you for staying with us. Your time now, 9:11. Meteorologist Megan Wise is in the First Warning Weather Center tracking your Sunday forecast. We'll check in with her in just a few minutes. All right, so this is the time of year we often look forward to all of those practical gifts, right? But we don't usually think about the maintenance involved with many of them. Our Diva of Discounts is here with some tips you'll need to know to keep your new toys clean. Great advice as always, thank you. Well, an Iowa woman got a special Christmas present from her husband this year, and she wants the world to know about it because it could be the one gift that will save her life. Mark Carlson explains. So happy for her. Well, it's the first weekend after Christmas, and that means the most popular time to return all of those unwanted gifts. But not all of those returns will be made in good faith. According to a survey, retailers estimate 3.5% of their holiday returns this year will be fraudulent. Holiday return fraud is expected to cost retailers around $2 billion, and that's this holiday season alone. When it comes to specific instances of return fraud, one problem stands out as the biggest offender. 9 out of 10 retailers surveyed say they've experienced the return of actual stolen merchandise. All right, so for today's restaurant report, rather than show you the naughtiest of restaurants, we're going to honor some of the nicest. Heather Sullivan gave the Hall of Fame award to 2 restaurants that earned perfect scores on their health inspections. Take a look. Welcome back. I want to tell you now about dozens of kids in San Diego. They're riding around on their brand new bikes after a big giveaway in the city. And what's more fitting, a local biker group actually donated them. The huge giveaway actually shut down part of a major street for hours. More than 270 bikes, helmets, and toys were passed out to kids there. And this isn't a new thing. The tradition actually began nearly 50 years ago. And Christmas isn't over for pug lovers in the Ukraine. They chose to celebrate the holiday in a unique way this year by dressing their furry friends in festive costumes. Take a look. More than 1,000 people in the Ukraine dressed their pugs as Santas, reindeer, and Christmas tree decorations at a pug party. The most creative outfit was awarded to the pug dressed as a red polka dot teapot. Neat. All right, listen to this. A bear in California sneaks into a garbage truck. You see him running there. He takes an hour ride to a landfill. The bear was caught on camera running away from that landfill. The bear is only a year old, and the locals there call him Cinnamon. Eventually, Cinnamon was tranquilized and taken back home. Can you imagine just driving down the street and you see a bear? All right, we're still working on much more for you on 12 News Today this Sunday. Well, the death toll continues to rise after more severe weather hits the South, and this time it's in Texas. We'll have the latest information for you coming up.
We'll climb into the low 70s.
All right, bring on the sunshine. Thank you, Megan. Well, a nightmare is unfolding in North Texas right now. We're now learning 11 people have been killed from tornadoes and related traffic accidents. The death toll across the South now stands at 29 since Wednesday, and there could be more severe weather today in the Southeast, including heavy snow and massive flooding. Right now, tensions running high in Chicago after a police officer shoots and kills 2 people. Authorities confirm 19-year-old Quintonio LeGrier and 57-year-old Betty Jones were killed when officers responded to a domestic disturbance call. Investigators say LeGrier was allegedly attacking his father with a metal baseball bat. Jones, the father's neighbor and a mother of 5, called 911 and was in the apartment waiting for police. Well, that's when officers showed up, and they say they were confronted by a combative person, resulting in an officer opening fire.
Why'd you?
Pretty emotional there. Neighbors say they heard up to 9 gunshots fired. Investigators say it remains unclear why the officer discharged his weapon. Chicago's mayor issued a statement saying the public deserves answers regardless of the circumstances. He says the entire city is grieving. Police have acknowledged the woman was accidentally struck. New this morning, total chaos. That's how police describe one Kentucky mall after more than 2,000 teens start fighting inside. The mall actually ended up closing early last night in order to get the crowds out, and police say they're still trying to figure out how it all happened.
This is something
No injuries were reported, and at this time, no arrests have been made. All right, listen up. There's a new potential threat of a shooting or bomb attack in Europe. Authorities in Vienna got the tip and stepped up security right away. NBC's Kelly Cobeya reports on security in Europe 6 weeks after those deadly Paris attacks. Kelly, thanks. Developing right now, the Iraqi army says its troops are pushing deeper into the last remaining district held by ISIS in the key city of Ramadi. Ramadi fell to ISIS militants in May. Recapturing it would be among the most important victories for Iraq's armed forces since the extremists swept across a third of the country last year. The assault is getting air support from the U.S.-led coalition. Now, we continue to follow those latest from the fast-moving wildfire in California. Fire officials there say downed power lines sent sparks flying into nearby vegetation, sparking the blaze that burned through over 1,200 acres. Crews say high winds caused the blaze to spread rapidly and move in several directions, prompting evacuations and even highway closures. They say over 400 firefighters fought the fire, which is now about 60% contained. 2 firefighters suffered minor injuries, but no other injuries were reported. Forecasters are, though, predicting high winds today, which fire officials say will make for a tough battle ahead. Happening right now, major flooding in South America has forced nearly 140,000 people from their homes. Water continues to rise in the capital after days of torrential rains brought on by El Nino. Parts of Argentina and Brazil are all underwater. The UN Weather Agency says this year's El Nino is the worst in more than 15 years. Well, it may be the most unusual Christmas gift a 4-year-old has ever asked for, a garbage can. Coming up, we'll have the story of a sweet little boy and his love of trash. And Megan is standing by. Hey, Megan, what are you working on?
Good morning, Brent.
Good morning to you. Your time is 9:39. I want to tell you about Santa, who got some help from some city sanitation workers in California to make a 4-year-old's Christmas wish come true. But this was no ordinary wish, and his unusual request brought out the entire neighborhood. Kevin Oliver has this adorable story. A smart young man right there. Well, a family in Florida has a warning for all parents after their child almost died from the flu. Now they say it was a Christmas miracle that helped her survive. Hear more on their story coming up after the break. And we're still following this morning's top stories on social media. Today is Selfie Sunday. I asked you to snap a photo, and Jessica did just that. Look at this. This is Button. And Button is having a great Selfie Sunday today. We'll see you in a few minutes.
Sunshine with temperatures, Brent, in the mid-40s.
Looks like we're getting a combination of all the elements there. Thank you, Megan. Well, a Florida family is grateful for what they're calling a Christmas miracle that saved their daughter's life. Now they have a message for parents about one of the best holiday gifts you can give your child. Elizabeth Cohen has their story.
Have a great day, everybody.
Great work, Mark. Thank you. Remember, you can find your latest news and weather updates on our website, NBC12.com.
And we'll be right back with a final look at your forecast coming up after the break. Could see a little bit of sunshine break through the clouds if we're lucky.
Bring that sun, Megan. I believe in you. All right, look at your screen right now. This is another selfie. Susan sent us this one. It's not really a selfie, but it's a picture of Star. And Star is watching Megan do her weather forecast.
Aw, thanks, Star.
A star watching a star.
Well, that's kind.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, thank you for participating, Susan. And thank you guys for watching us. We look forward to seeing you right here tomorrow. We hope you have a great Sunday.